This one came up. Noah texted and said, "What should we do?" And I said, the weather's getting nicer. It has me thinking about being outside. Some people that means yard or the beach or tailgating for a Cleveland Browns game. This guy. So I thought about it and I said, "Hey, you guys have tailgated a bunch. What's your greatest tailgating memory?" So what we want to start off with for our 30 seconds takes is you each telling us what your favorite memory is from a Cleveland Browns tailgate. We're going back to the original format. No more filibustering on the 30-second takes. You have 30 seconds. You will be muted if you go over. Noah, why don't you get us started off as the resident football player on the pod?
Yeah, my story does not go as well as yours two's will. I was in college. It was Arizona Cardinals, Cleveland Browns. Was going with a couple of my buddies just to tailgate. We were going to go watch the game at a bar downtown. We weren't even going to the game. And we were having a great time. We had the case of Miller going. We were playing die. We were playing beer pong. And then Noah realized he left his keys in the trunk. And $150 later and two tow trucks coming, Noah's keys got out of the trunk and we got to go watch the Browns get smacked by the Cardinals. So I started it on a sad note.
That's all right. We can rock with the sad note. It's just most memorable. It doesn't say best memory. How about you? Throw it up. Give him his 30, Noah.
So for me, I kind of took the same route. I think all three of us on the show kind of pride ourselves at times on our athleticism. We hoop together. All three of us play different sports and have played different sports. I might be the worst tailgate quarterback of all time, though. I have two stories, but I'll just give you one. And I'm sorry, I'm already at my 30, but I'll keep it brief. I'm a teenager and I'm at the Muni Lot with my parents slinging around the football, and I throw a pass, and it's a beauty.
I had to. I'm sorry. I had to. I'm sorry.
Guess
No,
we'll
Erik,
hear it later. All right.
No, go ahead with your story, man.
I
Go
throw
ahead.
this beautiful pass. It's a tight spiral. It's sailing to my dad, maybe a little over his head, because it's going right towards the neighbor tailgater's truck. My dad leaps up and makes this incredible acrobatic catch that was unbelievable. He tears his hamstring.
Oh,
His face plants on his own his own tail light and shatters it. He did come down with the football. To this day, I maintain he caught the ball, so the pass was fine. And anytime I have a football in my hands or make any sort of errant throw with any type of ball and my father is around, he refers to me as Tom Brady. And the sad thing is, that's not the worst passing story, but we'll save that one for another day.
save
I
it for
love
another
the other
day.
one better. I forgot about the story with your dad, but that one's always a classic
I
as
know
well.
Noah.
John,
I know Noah wants the other one, but that one's very embarrassing.
It's
You
a
can
little.
take a vote. If both of you say yes, I'll tell it.
yeah, no, tell it. We're here. Why
Ah,
not
damn
just
it.
tell it? We already teased it. Tell the story. You already broke John saying
All
no
right.
filibuster, so you might as well tell everything you want.
I suppose this is worth it for the embarrassment of your guys' favorite host, yours truly. This past year, I'm tailgating and the libations are flowing, let's just say.
I mean, it's a
Um,
tailgate, so that goes without saying.
exactly. Pro tip, probably don't bring a bottle of vodka to a tailgate. It's too much. You could go less when it's tailgating. So I'm pretty deep, and we're taking a little walk to one of our friends. Their parents are set up further down, so we're walking over to their tailgate. And as we're walking, kind of zigzag at this point, there's this girl and a guy playing catch. Young girl. She looks like, I don't know how young she was, but she looks like a teenager. So as we come up, the guy's closest, I go, "Hey, can I get a throw?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I catch the ball that she throws, no problem. I go to throw this football. I don't know what they did. I don't know how she was able to throw it so perfectly, because this was the slipperiest football I've ever held in my entire life. In my 33 years on planet Earth, I've never felt a football like this. I can throw a football. John, you and I were tossing a football around not too long ago. I can throw a football. I go to throw this football to this teenage girl, mind you. I go back, I go forward. It slips right out of my hand. It goes about 3 feet. It dribbles like 3 feet. This is like pants off on the next hole, doesn't get past the women's tee kind of thing. I try a second time. The results aren't all that much better because I overcompensated a lot. This thing slipped out of my hands. I got to make up for it. I launch it. It goes like 30 feet over her head.
Oh my God.
Every chance, my friend, shout out John and Courtney, every single chance they get, they give me shit for this. And
As do I.
well
to
deserved.
Be fair. Every time it comes up with a football, I do as well, to be fair. But John, I want to hear you talk, and I'm gonna put the timer up for you there.
I was gonna say I don't know what the those are
Sorry.
good stories. I don't know what the point is of the timer, but go for it. So I tailgated. My roommate in college had season tickets. Shout out Brandon. Hopefully he's checking us out the pod. He took me every week for like 3 straight years. So most of my greatest stories of tailgating were told to me because I don't in fact remember them. College kid at a tailgate. Let's say I was overserved as well. But the one that really sticks out to me, the draft night that we drafted Baker Mayfield, they had a tailgate in the Muni Lot. Fox was set up there, and I went to it. And I didn't want Baker that night. But in the days that followed, that kind of launched us into what is, for better or for worse, the best era of Browns football since 1999. But being there with my buddies, getting a fist bump, oh, God, Brady Quinn. With seeing the big Fox robot, and then us taking Baker Mayfield and being kind of off to the races for the next 3 to 4 years was that was my best night of not a traditional tailgate, wasn't pre-game, it was pre-draft, but it was a blast of a night. It was a cool moment, and it set us forward on what we thought might be a positive trajectory for our football team.
Well, it was for a little while. Were you guys at the Thursday night football Jets game, by the way, where Baker comes in and wins it?
No, I was in high school. I had class the next day.
Jesus Christ. To this day, I've never heard a stadium louder in my life. I was in the dog pound for that game. By far the most fun atmosphere. I mean, I've been to some really cool events, finals and World Series. Nothing has topped to this day that atmosphere. Maybe Buckeye games, but it was insane.
That might be a good one for our next topic, or 30-second take. What's the loudest you've ever heard a crowd? Because I wasn't there. I can't challenge it. But the Raji Davis World Series home run on TV was probably registered as an earthquake on the seismograph. And then I was at the LeBron James dunks on Kevin Garnett, no regard for human life game with my dad. I thought my eardrums were going to rupture when he punched that in and ran back to the huddle.
Fair. Those are both good.
Yeah, but Baker bringing it back, it looked like it was rocking on TV.